What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm gonna be taking you through my top 5 ab exercises, body weight edition. No dumbbells, no equipment, nothing. Clearly, I didn't even have a mat set up today. So I would suggest maybe a mat or maybe on your carpet, somewhere that's gonna be a little bit more friendly on your back, but I'm just gonna honestly just use the floor. So legitimately, no equipment needed for this, and it's my top 5 favorite exercises. So I'll run you through it, all the form tips that I have for it. These are like literally the ab exercises that I typically do all the time that you see I post on my shorts, my Instagram reels, my TikToks. Let's go. I would say that my top 5 is in no specific order for my favorite bodyweight ab exercises, but if I were to give number 1 spot to one of them, it would be alternating V-ups, which is what we're gonna start with right now. So number 1, alternating V-ups, all right? So a V-up is basically when you meet your toes and your tips of your fingers to the middle of your body. You're coming up in a V. That's why, hence it's called a V-up. You're trying to make a V with your body. But alternating, I think, is my favorite because genuinely it's a lot easier than a regular V-up. It requires a little bit less coordination. Not to say that I'm not coordinated. I think I'm very coordinated, but I think it requires a lot less coordination and it's a lot easier, meaning it's more friendly for all fitness levels, which I love. I love when things are doable for everybody. People like my mom, to me, to my little sister, like you know, all age groups, all fitness levels, and I think alternating V-ups is perfect. It's great for beginners, intermediate, and advanced gym goers. Form tip for this is every time you're doing any sort of floor coming up movement, like an ab movement, a crunch, a V-up, a sit-up, right? I've said this in my other core video I've posted before, and I'll always continue to say it because it's so important. You don't want to have a gap under you like this, okay? Remember I said it looks nice on beach photos when you're posing and stuff like that? Like this is nice, but you don't want to have that gap. It's actually very bad for your lower spine, and it takes away from the engagement of your core and your abs, okay? Which is all here. So to really engage your core and target your abs, you need to suck your belly button into the floor. Like imagine it, literally imagine you're like sucking your belly button into the ground. So when you do that throughout the entire movement, that's so your mindset every time you're coming down in the movement, you're sucking your belly button into the floor every time. You're not gonna notice that gap in between your lower back and the floor. It's gonna keep you flat, completely flat. So you see this, guys? Like, hello, hi. This is wrong, okay? We're not gonna do sit-ups or do V-ups like that. No, it's wrong. You're really gonna hurt your lower spine if you do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. See that? I vacuumed my belly button into the floor. And look, I can't put my hands through my spine now. And this is really gonna engage your core throughout the entire movement, and you're preventing lower back injury. Let's run through the movement. So suck your belly button into the ground, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Exercise number 2, guys, is, and these are in no particular order now, these are like alternating V-ups were just my number 1 favorite, but now moving forward for the next 4, no particular order. But next exercise is gonna be flutter kicks. So you can either do flutter kicks like this, like really advanced, and have your no support here. I typically like to put my hands back here for support because I really like to isolate my lower abs. But if you want to just do the whole trunk of your core and your lower ab, then you do it the really advanced way, like this, almost like you're holding, again, a hollow hold, or like I said, kind of like a V-up. You're holding a constant V-up, or what we call it is a hollow hold. I hate hollow holds. When I was a swimmer, my coach used to always make us do hollow holds because it's a really amazing core exercise, a core strengthening exercise. A lot of gymnasts and swimmers do that, where you have to like, yeah, see, like I hate hollow holds. We're not doing that. That will never make my top 5 list ever. It sucks, but it's really good for you. So if you can do a hollow hold, you're like amazing. Anyways, so our closest thing that is like friendly for all fitness levels would be like a kind of semi-hollow hold, assisted flutter kick. So you're gonna hold back here like this, basically a half hollow hold, except, oh, I did it, I just did it. Yeah, see, no, that's not fun. Support yourself here back like this, stick your feet out like this, and you're gonna flutter kick like a swimmer, while you keep your core tight. So you're not like loose core, like you're not letting your tummy hang loose or anything, and like, you know, or you're not like sucking in. Like, no, you're not doing that. You like keep it tight as if someone's gonna tickle you. You know how you like clench your tummy when someone's tickling you? That's how you're gonna keep your core tight throughout the entire movement and like engage it throughout the entire movement. So you're gonna have your hands here for support. And I love this movement because it really, really does target your lower abs. So if you really like lower ab movements, you're gonna love this one, guys. It's a great body weight movement, okay? So point the toes, have your hands here for support, just outside your shoulder width, and then flutter kick, as if you're swimming in the ocean or in the pool. Keeping your core super tight throughout the entire movement and keeping a consistent breathing pattern, and really shallow kicks. When I say shallow kicks, like look how shallow my kicks are. They're not wide like this, that would be scissors. And I really feel the burn. That should absolutely destroy your entire core, but yes, your lower abs, crazy work. Number 3 is gonna be a really cardio-based ab movement that I love, because if you guys know me and you guys love my core and ab circuits that I post all the time, you guys know it wouldn't be an MDJ ab or core circuit without a sprinkle of cardio in there. So we're gonna be doing Commando plank jack. It has made my top 5 favorite list for body weight ab movements, ab core movements, because the Commando, it would look like this. These are Commandos. I'm sure you guys are familiar, have seen these before, just maybe didn't know the name. But these are Commandos. Get a mat for this. Again, guys, this is where you probably need a mat or like a carpet in your home. Probably not just strict hardwood floor. But Commandos are that. You're going to your elbows while trying to keep your body without dipping. Notice how I'm not doing this. This is wrong. You see how my butt and my whole like torso is moving side to side? The point of Commandos and why it's such a great core movement and why it's made my top 5 list is literally because you have to fully concentrate on keeping your entire upper body, like down to your glutes, like completely stable. You need to keep it completely from like dipping side to side when you're coming up and down, like from elbows to hands. You almost want to imagine like you're balancing a glass on top of your back. So therefore you would minimize as much movement as possible, side to side movement, to make sure none of that glass doesn't fall off your back and you don't spill any of the water in it. So that's why it's an amazing core movement and I love it so much, so effective, and you need no equipment because you're just really focusing on stability here. Like, I don't want the glass to spill. I don't want the glass to tip over and break. Therefore, I'm keeping my entire torso straight as I go up and down in this movement. Now, that's a Commando. Commando plank jack, which made my favorite list, is where the more cardio-based side of it comes in. When you get good at a Commando and you come up, you do a plank jack. Down again, up again, plank jack. When you do a plank jack, my form tip for that, to keep your lower abs really engaged, no dipping like this. We're not doing that, and we're not doing this. Again, when I've shown the tutorial for how to do a proper plank, spine completely neutral, no dipping of your bum down and no lifting of your bum up. Completely neutral when you do the plank jack. To keep that neutralness, that neutral spine when you're doing the plank jack, what does that mean? That means we have to really tighten our core. The perfect core cardio movement. Honestly, it's so challenging. Like, look, I'm literally sweating doing the tutorial for you guys. Just shows you how amazing of a movement it is. Honestly, if I were to put a favorite bodyweight ab movement at number 2 spot, I would probably have put this one, to be honest with you. It's so good. It's really challenging as well for everybody, even the most advanced gym goers. So let's run through it. Again, core tight the entire time. Picture you're keeping a glass stable on your back. Let's go. Number 4 on my top 5 list is gonna be V-ups. So we did alternating V-ups first. Now is V-ups, because once you get really good at alternating V-ups or sit-ups or reverse crunches and things like that, your core will become so strong to the point that you'll shock yourself one day and you'll be able to do a full V-up, which is like a really like intense, like advanced movement. But if you're able to get to a V-up, it definitely makes my top 5 bodyweight list. So a V-up, again, similar to the alternating, exact same kind of form cues and stuff like that. You know, no gap with your lower back between the floor, suck your belly button into the ground every time you come down. You're gonna stretch and expand here, and then you're gonna tighten your core and meet your toes in the middle and touch your fingers to your toes. So, like that. Number 5 on my top 5 favorite bodyweight ab exercise list is gonna be reverse crunches. To me, reverse crunches is the Bulgarian split squats of bodyweight ab movements, because it's like a love-hate relationship. Like, you know it's so effective and you know it's amazing and the burn is so good, but at the same time the burn pisses you off because you're like, this sucks. Like, it burns. Like, no matter how amazing your core strength is or how like advanced you are in the gym, like reverse crunches, because it targets your lower abs completely and it requires so much control on the way down and eccentric, trick. It never gets easier. So if you guys, again, love targeting your lower abs and just your entire core in general, this one's gonna be great because it's a really, really great lower ab exercise. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes I just like to skip it, but we can't skip it. Like, we don't skip Bulgarian split squats, guys. Again, exact same form cues. Belly button into the floor. We're vacuuming into the floor and we're not letting a gap here. We're gonna come up like this and point your toes out like that. All right, guys, that concludes my top 5 list for my favorite bodyweight ab exercises. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the dumbbell version and so on and so forth. I can make it a series if you guys are really interested to show my other top 5 exercises, like maybe weighted edition or whatever you want to see. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more like this, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.